Good morning, it's good to see you. Excuse me, sir, when I say the word Bali to you, what are your first thoughts?
Sky Garden, scooters, horrible decisions.
Excuse me, sir, when I say the word Bali to you, what do you think?
Hangovers.
Excuse me, ma'am, when I say the word Bali, what do you think?
Oh, just where all the Aussies go.
Excuse me, sir, when I say the word Bali to you, what's your first thoughts?
Good food.
Excuse me, sir, when I say the word Bali to you, what is your first thought?
Palm trees, luxury, villas.
You do it in style by the sounds of it, mate.
I've been. It's an amazing place.
Yeah, brilliant.
Love it, so yeah.
Appreciate it, cheers.
Thank you.
Excuse me, man, when I say the word Bali to you, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Fun.
Fun?
Yes.
Have you been there?
Yes, twice.
Oh, twice already?
Yeah.
And when was the last time you were there?
Was June 24,
And
2024.
can I ask where you stayed there?
In Kuta.
Oh,
I can't remember the hotel name. Yeah.
Were you there for long? A couple of weeks holiday or?
No, just 3 days.
Oh, it's a nice break though,
Yes.
isn't it? Did you go travel by yourself or?
No, with friends. It was my friend's birthday, so we catch up there and just celebrate her birthday.
Wonderful. I'm in Stirling Gardens, which is on the corner of St George's Terrace and Barrack Street. The building behind me is the City of Perth's oldest building. It's the old courthouse. It was originally built in 1836, a little bit closer to the river, which is a few hundred metres away, and it was moved a little bit further to town. One of the channel's regular contributors, Aussie Joss, I think it was, apologies if I've got that name wrong, suggested that she thought for a long time the Balinese sense of warmth, kindness and general sort of placid nature was being used and passed down generationally to disarm you with kindness, I guess, so that they might extract some sort of gain from you. And while generally I'm not sure that's the case, I think there is an element of truth to it in certain scenarios. I think that there potentially is the use of their sort of predisposition towards calmness and being placid and friendly and warm. It's sometimes used to get money from you. On a wider level, a wider scale, I think, I'm not sure I agree with it. Having lived with Balinese families, I've seen them interact amongst themselves, and I think the greatest identifier of a person's character or nature is represented when they're among their peers or their family and friends. And the occasions that I have spent with Balinese family, which is quite a few now, I see a sincerity in their underlying friendliness and nature, you know. So on the whole, I don't believe the Balinese are faking it. I think they're sincerely a very gentle and warm people. But I think I have to admit, as Aussie Joss had mentioned, they sort of learnt that they can manipulate people, lull you into a false sense of security, disarm you with kindness, and yeah, you feel quite good about them taking your money. But I'm interested to know, do you believe that the Balinese, their display of warmth, friendliness and kindness is just a ploy, some kind of facade, charade? Or do you think that they're sincerely and genuinely the people that they present themselves to be? Or do you, like me, believe that there are elements of truth there, particularly in the tourist areas? You know, when you go online and you look for a road distance from Perth, well, this is its actual origin. This is the position of point zero, adopted in 1925 as the origin of all road distances in Western Australia. 0 kilometres, 0 miles. It's on Cathedral Ave. There you go. I'm a bit of a music lover, whether it be playing guitar badly or listening to music. And this place in Perth is somewhat of an institution. They still sell vinyl records, that's all they sell, I think. It's been going for 54 years. A guy by the name of Chris Rivers, I think it was, started it in 1971. And yeah, it doesn't look like they've changed the shop front since then either. Love foraging through the records in there from time to time. I'm having lunch today at another Perth institution. This is a little Hare Krishna restaurant called Govindas. It's been here for over 30 years, and it serves vegetarian food. Is it the best Indian food in town? Probably not. Is it the best value India food in town? Probably. What do we have? We have our rice and some curry sauce. Looks like some curried vegetables. We've got some... Oh, there's some samosas, are they? Big samosas. We'll see. We've got some salad there as well. There used to be another little place that just took a donation instead of paying for meals at one point. I think it was a Buddhist place, but that's long gone, unfortunately. Hello, sir. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I was wondering if I could just have some rice and curry and some vegetables. Oh, I'm sorry. There we are. Meals, Krishna combo, standard. I think that will be fine. Can I have a Krishna combo, please? Yeah. And the restaurant here is also involved in other things as well, is it?
Hare Krishna. They run by Hare Krishna temple.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And they support the community in certain ways as well, do they? Yeah.
Charitable organization. Charity.
You're from India yourself, I think, yes?
I'm from South India.
Is that sort of Kerala or Tamil Nadu?
In between.
In between,
Would you like a pakora too?
Yes, why not? Throw in a pakora.
Extra $50 extra.
That will be fine. Thank you so much. What was your name?
Cash.
Cash. My name's Wayne Cash. Really nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me record in here today. Good lassi. India has brought a lot of things to the world, but I don't think there's anything better than their food. I remember the first time I ate Indian food in India, and they brought out a palm leaf. I was having a masala dosa in Tamil Nadu, and I just loved the way that it was presented. It probably cost nothing at all, you know, but that palm leaf was a great backdrop to the food that was put on it. This is really tasty, you know. It's simple. It's simple Indian fare. $15 for a full meal, dessert and lassi. Pretty good. Govindas Hare Krishna food in Northbridge. It's only a couple of 100 metres from the CBD. Great Indian food. Have you got a favourite Indian restaurant in Bali? How you going, guys? I've got a small YouTube channel. I just noticed today I'm back in Perth getting a visa renewal for where I'm based. And I noticed you're randomly stopping people and frisking and searching, and I've never seen that when I've been back in Perth before. And I was just curious, is there now a new push or something to be more vigilant on your part?
There's new legislation in place that gives officers the authority to pick people at random and metal detect them.
They've changed legislation now,
recently,
so are people also forced to give you the identification on request?
No.
No, okay.
But not on those grounds, at least.
Not on those grounds. And what was the catalyst behind this? Do you know what the reason was?
It's designed to reduce knife crime, is the very short answer.
Oh, I see,
Designed to
okay.
reduce knife crime.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing, let's face it, yeah. All right, thanks very much. I was just curious. I've been up and down the mall a bit today and saw that this was happening quite frequently. Are you kind of, in your experience and your training, what leads you to identify a person that is potentially someone that you might approach?
It's random.
It's completely random? Okay, all right. Yeah, so walking up and down through the city today, this is the first time I've seen it in Perth. The police are just randomly approaching anyone and frisking them and IDing them, and I've never seen it before, and it's a little bit concerning if you ask me, but who am I? The legislation's been changed, so you have no kickback on that. You have to submit to it, you know. But it's Yeah, it's not something I've seen before. A couple of months ago when I was last in Perth on another visa run, I wondered if I wanted to return to Perth. I said perhaps I didn't. I might take a longer visa and stay away longer, come back every 2 or 3 years. But my position's changed a little bit since then, in that I found that, you know, the longer you're staying there, the more you start taking it for granted. And to have this comparison, or to have this perspective of looking back into where you were as opposed to looking at yourself when you're in it, if that makes any sense, I think it's probably not a bad idea, and quite good for me to come back every couple of months and spend a week in Perth. Apart from, obviously, you know, I enjoy seeing the family. We all live quite close to each other. There's also the thing of medication. I have a certain couple of medications I take, and I'm sure that the quality of that is good here. I can't always be sure if I'm in India or if I'm in Nepal or Indonesia whether it is actually any different, the way it's produced, or whether it's just a psychological thing. I feel much more comfortable getting my medication when I'm back in the city. Well, that's just about it for this one. As always, thanks very much for coming along, and I hope you're well and happy in life and doing the things you want to do.